Let's go over 3 different core exercises that are great to add to your routine. There's some of my favorites that are kind of a staple to at least every single month that I do exercises. And they are great for balancing the front core, the back core, and using your core as a full cylinder. Let's pop into it. So the first exercise is working mostly on your lower abdominal muscles, your pelvic floor, your hip flexors, how those guys all kind of intertwine together. You're going to be on your back, your legs are going to be up in kind of a 90-90 position or tabletop. And then you're going to reach one leg out and come back, other leg out and come back. This is a great way for you to kind of see, one, am I overusing my hip flexors? Do I have that type of patterning? Am I actually using my core and my lower core? Do I feel it there? And do I feel like a pressure in my pelvic floor? It's kind of a checks and balances almost for this exercise. And so as you do this, as you reach one leg out and come back, you should feel your core, your lower core especially, kind of between your pelvic bones, your belly button, and your pubic bone, that area tightening up to control and help you. Your back is going to be pressed towards the ground. It doesn't have to be like exactly flat and pressed into it extremely hard, but it needs to be down towards that way. You should feel that pressure there. If your back starts to come up off of the floor from that pressure, then you know that you're not holding your core as still and stable as you need to. AKA, don't reach your leg out quite as far. This will also cause you probably to feel pressure or tightening, fatigue in your quads and or your hip flexors. If you feel that, then you're not doing this exercise correctly. It means that you need to back off, either put one foot on the ground, just reach one leg out from there with that foot resting down, or you need to go from kind of a wall position and do a wall march. All of these are great exercises for you to kind of build up into doing and feeling more controlled through your core and not putting stress on your hip flexors. Check out my hip flexor type video if you have any questions on that. Number two kind of works your cylinder more so. It makes sure that you have that full body control when we talk about your core, because your core just isn't your abdominal muscles. This kneeling hip hinge is where you're just holding this position. You're also welcome to do this in standing. This is a great exercise if you struggle with your deadlift and you get back pain when you do that, or if you struggle, if you're a mountain biker, with your downhill riding position. This exercise is perfect. It's basically like a plank hold. You hold this position, have a weight in your hands or not, and then you just breathe. You hold it. You're working on your endurance and your stability to maintain that position. If you feel stress in your low back, then kind of do a tuck of your tail or a pelvic tuck back and forward, and you'll find a middle ground position that you're like, my back doesn't hurt when I'm in this position. And this is the area that you need to be strengthening. This is the control that you need to be strengthening. It works not only on the muscles, but the brain to body connection in that. Hold it for 30 seconds, hold it for 40, a minute. This is a great exercise to really work on your endurance. Number three is one that I really like as well, obviously since I included in this list. It is a shoulder tap. You can do this in kneeling, hands and knees actually even, and also in a full plank. It's a shoulder tap that works on your ability to maintain your position against rotation. It's a rotational exercise, just like number one was, and this one is. Number two, not so much. But this rotational resistance helps you with being more functional. It also loads your arms more. And so we're not just focused on our lower core here, which is what the main first two were, but it also works on our upper core and our ability to maintain that shoulder position, because our lats are really important when it comes to our core. So is our front chest muscles and our ability to maintain that arm out and maintain that resistance against that rotational feel. And so if you can't maintain your body position fairly still as you're doing it, you're just shifting back and forth, then I'd recommend going to your knees. And if you can't do it when you're on your knees, then go to more of a hands and knees position, or where your knees are more up underneath your hips. Do about 10 to 20 reps each side, and it should be a great exercise to add to your core. If you are interested in more core exercises like this, more programs that are like this, check out the link in the description. I have programs that are available there, especially for women mountain bikers. It can be so helpful. Next week, I'm running a challenge. It's going to start May 1st, and go 3 weeks in May. It's going to help you to be accountable and make the changes that you need. This is May 2023, by the way. I hope that you have a great day. Enjoy these core exercises. And if you have other core exercises that you like, post them in the comments below. I'm always intrigued. Cheers, y'all.